is Swan Clemens, and today I want to demonstrate how to make cookies. Not any cookies, the best cookies from the Hershey's chocolate chip cookie recipe on the back of the bag. First thing you do is preheat the oven to 375. We'll hurry up and do that. After you preheat the oven for 375, make sure you get a pan cookie sheet. I like the small one, thin one. This is not non-stick, but with chocolate chip cookies, you don't need a non-stick because of all the butter that's in it. The butter helps it not stick. So first thing you do, mentioning butter, is take 2 sticks of butter, whole sticks that is, dump it right in your mixing pan. You need to let the butter get soft. I had mine set out for about half an hour, 45 minutes, so it should be nice and soft. Yep, she's nice and soft, alright. Next thing you need to do is get some sugar. White sugar, regular granulated sugar. And you need 3/4 cup of this granulated sugar. Take your knife on your measuring spoon and make it nice and level. Dump that in there. Next you need brown sugar. Brown sugar is not as easy as the white granulated sugar. Kind of gotta smash it in there. So get your 3/4 cup. Smash it in there. All you're doing is taking it and smashing it like so. But again, take your knife and level off the top. Real easy to do. Gives you a nice level brown sugar to work with. After you got your sugars in there, take a little bit of vanilla extract. I just use the cheap stuff. You need to take a teaspoon of that. So take off your lid there, simple teaspoon. I like vanilla, so I put a couple extra drops in there. That's all you do there. And you turn your mixer on for a couple minutes. You want to mix all this stuff up, get it nice and creamy. You might use your little spatula to get off the side. You want it all blended up real nice and easy. Shouldn't take too long, a couple minutes. Alright, scrape the bowl. Make sure it's all creamy. You might even turn it up to the next level notch if you want. Get too high with it though, the mixture will jump out of the pan on you, it'll fly out on you. So you want all that nice and creamy. There we go. Alright, once you got all that mixed up, then you turn off your mixer, crack you a couple eggs. You need 2 eggs in there. I like large eggs. I believe that's what the recipe calls for. But you can probably substitute large eggs for 2 smalls or something of that nature. But I use large eggs, that's what the package calls for. Once you get those in there, mix her up again. Start off low, you start off high, you'll throw the mix out. So don't do that. Again, scrape the sides. You want the bowl clean as it goes around. Get her nice and mixed up. Turn it up as you go. You'll be able to see that the mixture is getting mixed. Alright. Now, as that's mixing, you can kind of let it sit there and mix by itself. As that's mixing, come over here, get your cup. You're going to use 2 1/4 cups of flour. Again, using your knife, make sure you got nice level measurements. 1 cup. Now I said you're going to use 2 1/4 rather than putting all the flour in and dumping the other stuff on top. I like to put it in the middle. So what I mean by that is you're going to take some salt, half a teaspoon of salt, dump in there, then a full teaspoon of baking soda. Dump that full teaspoon of baking soda in there. Alright. Once you got that in there, go ahead and put the other 1 1/4 of flour in there. That way you don't have all the ingredients on top. You have it somewhat in the middle. Less mixing, you know, I think it gets more even. Anyhow, put the other cup in there. Remember I said 2 1/4 cups, so this here is a 1/4 cup. I just kind of, it's not real big on the 1/4 cup, just kind of guess on it. You want to mix that up in there somewhat. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just mix that up in there, make sure she's all good and blended. Alright, now, as your blender is going, just slowly add it in there. You'll notice that the batter is getting thicker. Alright, remember, get your little spatula, clean out the sides. You don't want anything sticking to the sides. You want it all mixed in there. And steadily increase your mixer there until she's about medium. Alright, dump her all in there. Mix her up real good. Let the machine do all the mixing. Just scraping the sides. Now go until about you can't see any more flour. Alright, that's about there. Almost. Alright. Looks like peanut butter we're working with here. Alright, I think that's worked. Now rather than just turning it off and have a big clump of cookie dough on my beaters, I like to slow it down, and as it's real slow there, I like to slowly lift this out. And when you're slowly lifting it out, the cookie dough is getting off your beater, so you have less to clean off, and you kind of increase it if you want, but be careful. That stuff will fly out. So by doing that, as you can see, most of the batter is off. I don't have to clean it off. I like to remove this. A lot of people don't have removable ones, but I remove mine so that I have a table to work with and I can still spin it. Now, the next thing you do, open up your package of chocolate chips. And you don't want to use the mixer for this. It's pretty thick. By the time you put these in, it'll be really thick. So, take a spoon, dump about half of them in there, mix it up there, get them in there. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. You just want to spread the chocolate chips around. Go ahead and spread the rest of them in there. Get them good mixed in there. Alright. Once you got them good mixed in there, slide that out of the way. Get your cookie sheet. Once again, you don't have to grease this. These are chocolate chip cookies. Plenty of butter in it, so they won't stick to the pan. Now what you do here is I have a tablespoon and I have a teaspoon. You want a teaspoon worth of cookies on your cookie sheet here. So take your tablespoon, rather than dipping your teaspoon in there, take your tablespoon, and then you have some there to work with. And then it's easier to take your teaspoon off and just put it there. And then if you need to, use your bigger one to get the cookie dough off. But that's all you do there. Pretty simple. Tablespoon, you got your teaspoon here, your little spoon. So yeah, it sticks there sometimes. That's all you do. Once you line your cookie sheet there, keep them all about an inch apart away from each other. Fill up the whole cookie sheet. Simply stick this in the oven there for 8 to 10 minutes and you're done. So, why don't we do that? I'll just do 3 real quick. We'll put it in there for 8 to 10 minutes. When they come out, let me set my timer here for, I'll put her at 9 minutes and I'll check her 9 minutes from now. It'll be the best cookies ever. So, thanks for watching this video. Goodbye.